Good evening, everyone. My name is Bernardo Martinez, and this is Beginners to Class. Hello there, good evening. Hello there, good evening. How are you doing? Hello, how are you?
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Oh, I imagine. All right. I I was reading on the president's Twitter that on Friday it's declared a national holiday, right? Friday is declared a national, but it was today in a plenary. In a plenary today, they decided, okay? Supposedly, we had classes on Friday, supposedly, okay? Supposedly. But today, September 16th, is declared a national holiday, okay? So lucky you. All right. Yes, 2 days, 4 days vacation. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 4 days, right? Long vacation and no class yesterday, okay? So I'm sorry about yesterday, by the way. Lo siento por no estar ayer. Okay, I'm sorry about yesterday. Okay, very good. So tell me, how do you feel? How do you feel? No feelings. No feelings. Yes. How do you feel, Bea?
I'm tired.
You are a little tired. Oh my goodness. That escalation of your job is getting you tired.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. How do you feel, Marta?
Fine.
Nice, very good. Ready
Nice.
for class.
Yes.
Very good. That's excellent. How about you, Jacqueline? How do you feel?
Very good, teacher.
Nice. Ready for the class.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. That's very good. Okay. So then I hope everybody it's okay. I hope everybody is okay. And you know, yesterday we had no class, right? I had an inconvenience with the electricity, okay? Not my fault. No fue mi culpa, not my fault, okay? All right. But let's start. Well, just recapping. On Monday, you had classes, okay? So the question is, what did you study on Monday? Do you remember? The last class, what did you study? I don't remember, so please help me. How many? No, how many is before, okay? And on my sorry?
Okay, sería and does not, y do not.
No, that was on Friday. It was Monday, not Friday.
Simple present and negative.
Simple present negative on Friday, no, on Monday. Adverbs, somebody said adverbs.
Frequency adverbs.
That's right. We studied frequency adverbs, remember?
Frequency adverb.
Yes. Question. What frequency?
Adverb.
Yes, frequency adverbs. Thank you.
Frequency.
What frequency adverbs do you remember?
Always.
Always,
Never.
never,
Never.
usually,
Hardly.
hardly ever,
Never.
sometimes,
Sometimes.
often,
Often.
Always.
normally, generally, rarely, yes, rarely,
Rarely.
Never.
never, and seldom, right? And seldom. Very good.
Rarely.
Rarely, exactly. Rarely. Remember, it's all about frequency, okay? It's all about frequency. Example.
En la otra más grande me lo he dado.
Example, okay, just give me a minute. Example, for example, you say using always. Always is the most frequent adverb, okay? Always, every day, all right? So, Bella, tell me something you always do. In my case, I always take a shower, okay? Always. And you?
I always wake up
La otra.
All right. Every day.
every day.
All right, that's excellent. Let's see, Marta, tell me something you always do. Microphone.
Always breakfast eggs.
All right. Repeat the sentence.
Always breakfast eggs.
Okay. I always have eggs for breakfast. I always have eggs for breakfast. Repeat it, please.
Okay. Always have break eggs.
Okay, eggs for breakfast.
Eggs.
For
Eggs.
breakfast.
For
For breakfast.
breakfast.
Breakfast. Yeah, breakfast. Good. Okay, don't forget I because it's about you, right? I always have eggs for breakfast. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Marta. Manuel, tell me something you never do. Something you never do, Manuel. Never. In my case, I never play basketball. I guess he has connection problems, right? Yeah, Rafa, say something you never do. I never play basketball. You, okay, Rafa?
I never smoke.
Okay, very good. Let's see, Veronica, something you never do.
I never play football.
All right, very good. Renzo, tell me something you sometimes, okay, something you sometimes do.
Sometimes I read a book.
Okay, sometimes or I sometimes?
I sometimes.
Read a book. Okay, repeat the example, please.
I sometimes read a book.
Okay, that's excellent. Thank you very much. Manuel, something you sometimes do, Manuel, sometimes. Microphone, Manuel, microphone, yeah.
Okay, so I sometimes play video game.
Okay, very good. That's excellent. Thank you. All right, let's listen to let me see here. Let's listen to Jacqueline. Jacqueline, something you hardly ever do. What is hardly ever? Hardly ever is
Difícilmente, rara vez.
difícilmente, casi nunca. All right, so Jacqueline, something you hardly ever do. For example, in my case, I hardly ever play video games. Okay, I hardly ever play video games. And you, Natalie? I mean, Jacqueline, sorry.
I hardly ever no.
Listen to music, maybe watch movies, play soccer. Okay, thank you, Jacqueline. All right, let's see, Marcos. Marcos, something you always do, always, every day. I always.
Lo que hago diario, sí, ¿verdad?
Yes, always.
Okay.
What is always?
Always.
I always.
Siempre.
Siempre.
Yes, I always what?
Checking mail.
Okay, you say I always check email. Repeat it, please.
I always check email.
Email. Excellent. Thank you very much. Good. Now let's listen to Fatima. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, teacher.
Something you never do, Fatima.
Never.
Never.
Never. I never run como en la cancha, como se dice, teacher?
On the field.
On the field. I
On
never run. I never run on the field.
All right, soccer field, to be more specific, soccer field.
Soccer field.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Fatima. Johnny, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, something you sometimes do, sometimes. What is sometimes, class? Class, what is sometimes?
A veces.
A veces. So Johnny, something you sometimes do.
I sometimes read.
I sometimes read. Okay, good. What do you read, Johnny? Books or the newspaper? Reports? What do you read sometimes?
Books.
Books. All right.
Books.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Johnny. Okay, thank you for your participation. Listen, something important. In questions, you can use frequency adverbs. For example, I can say, Marta, do you always take a shower?
Yes.
Yes, right. Listen, do you always question, right? Renzo, do you usually, right? Usually, more often. Do you usually play basketball?
Yes, teacher.
All right. Let's see, Manuel. Do you, okay, let me see. Do you sometimes listen to music? Do you sometimes listen to music?
Probably. Yeah.
Rarely. Okay, rarely. You say, I rarely listen to music. Okay, thank you very much. So you can use frequency adverbs in questions. Okay, very good. So let's continue and let's see the agenda for today's class. Okay, let's see. Okay, Renzo, help us with the topic and the objective, please.
How often?
Yeah.
Adjective. Students will be able to answer question with how often.
With how often, very good. The agenda, let's see, Marta, read the agenda, please.
Agenda. Speaking in conversation, writing an activity, games and vocabulary. How often do you? Class and speaking activity, group work.
And group work. So these are the activities for today's class. The topic for today, how often? Questions with how often, okay? Like how often do you play soccer? How often do you listen to music? All right, how often? Okay, very good. Let's continue. So to start, we have some vocabulary, okay? We studied this vocabulary the last week, okay? We studied this vocabulary the previous week, okay? In order, wake up, get up, shower or take a shower, brush your teeth, okay? Brush your teeth, shave, all right? Shave, eat breakfast, go to work, go to school, work, eat lunch, study, exercise, eat dinner, watch television, read, and finally sleep after the English class, okay? Sleep. All right, very good. So we have some vocabulary. Now, this is just to remember. I give you 1 minute. Check the vocabulary, study the vocabulary. 1 minute, study the vocabulary, please. We need this vocabulary for the next activity. So please take a minute to study the vocabulary. You have this vocabulary on the WhatsApp group, okay? You have this vocabulary on the WhatsApp group. Somebody send the photo. Okay, this vocabulary is on the WhatsApp group. You can check. Now listen, listen, please, listen carefully. During the day, we have different times. During the day, we have different times. Morning, noon, afternoon, evening, and night. I repeat, morning, noon, afternoon, and evening and night. Okay, we have different times. In the morning, you say, for example, in the morning, I play soccer, or in the morning, I work. At noon, I eat my lunch, for example, okay, for example. In the afternoon, I check my email, for example. In the evening, like 5 to 6, in the evening, I go to my house. And at night, I have English class, for example, okay? So I repeat, in the morning, at noon, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, okay? So Rafa, what is the first part of the day? The first part of the day is? The first part
of
yeah,
the day.
or the first time of the day is? In the what? In the morning or? In the morning. Okay, the morning. Okay, only the first time. Okay, in the morning. Renzo, what is the second time of the day?
At noon.
At noon. You eat lunch, right? At noon. Let's see. Mainly, what is the third part of the day? The third part.
Afternoon.
Exactly, in the afternoon. Very good. Let's see, Manuel. The fourth part of the day, Manuel. The fourth part.
In the evening.
In the evening, exactly. 5 to 6, right? Veronica, the fifth part of the day.
At night.
At night. Okay, let me repeat. In the morning, at noon, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. 5 times of the day. Okay, good. Now, listen carefully. Speaking activity. For the next activity, okay, in groups, you say, for example, okay, okay, group. You say, imagine I work with Manuel and Natalie. I say, okay, Manuel and Natalie, I usually do this in the morning. And Natalie and Manuel guess my activity. Natalie and Manuel guess my activity. Oh, Bernardo, you check email? No. Oh, Bernardo, let me see. You take a shower? Oh, yes. Okay, so the group guess. The group guesses, all right? Now, Manuel, imagine Manuel says, I always do this at night. Oh, Manuel, at night you play basketball. No, says Manuel. Oh, Manuel, at night you listen to music. No, says Manuel. Okay, Manuel, at night you have English class. Yes, okay, yeah. So the structure, I usually do this in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, okay, until there, or at noon, okay? Yeah. The idea that the group or your classmates guess the activity. Your classmates guess the activity, okay? Any question?
No question.
No questions, okay. Another example. I am in the group with Rafael and Bella in this moment. I am in the group with Rafael and Bella. Okay, Rafael and Bella. We are in the group. Rafael and Bella, I always do this in the afternoon. Yes, what is the activity? You, Bella and Rafa, you.
I eat alone.
No, listen. I always do
I
this.
always.
No, listen to my example. I always do this in the afternoon. What is the activity?
I always do.
No, you guess my activity. Guess my activity. What is my activity? I always do this in the afternoon. What is my activity? You always play soccer, for example. You always work. I don't know. Okay.
You
You
always,
always.
Yes.
you always at work.
You always.
Hay que siempre trabaja.
You always work.
You always work.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
You always
Crazy.
take a shower.
In the afternoon? No, not in the afternoon.
I'm not.
I work. I always work. Okay, Bella, one example. I always, you say one, and then Rafa and me guess your activity. You say, I always do this at night, for example. Okay.
Que yo le responda o
No. You say the activity. You say, I always do this at night. You have the activity, but we don't know. So we guess your activity. We guess your activity, okay? Say, I always do this in the morning or at night. I don't know. Okay.
Oye. Rafa, you always do this activity in the evening?
I always.
Oh, wait.
No,
I don't
Wait.
understand. I don't understand.
Okay, wait. Okay, listen. Let me show you the screen again. Okay, listen. Look. The idea, pay attention. The idea is that one person in the group uses these sentences, okay? For example, I say, I usually do this in the morning. And you, my classmates in the group, guess my activity. What is guess?
Adivinar.
Adivinar. So Bella and Rafa, you guess my activity, okay? I usually do this in the morning. And you say, oh, Bernardo, you usually take a shower. Yes, okay. And then Bella, okay. Bella says, okay, Rafa and Bernardo, I always do this in the afternoon. Oh, Bella, you always play soccer. No, says Bella. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Clear?
Clear.
Any question? Any question?
Any question?
No, teacher.
Let's start.
No
Let's
questions.
start.
No.
Clear, Rafa? Rafa, clear? No. Oh my goodness.
Clear.
Renzo, can you explain Rafa, please?
In Spanish.
Okay, do it in Spanish.
Vaya, Rafa, lo que vamos a hacer es que yo voy a decir, I usually do this in the morning. O sea, yo hago estas actividades en la mañana. Y usted tiene que decir, usted tiene que adivinar, mejor dicho, usted me dice, usted se baña en la mañana. Yo le digo, sí, yo me baño en la mañana. Usted checa o sea, ve su correo electrónico. Y yo, sí, veo mi correo electrónico. Y después digo, yo hago esto en la tarde. Usted me dice, usted ve televisión. Yo le digo, sí, yo veo televisión. Y así. No sé si lo perdí más o,
No,
o qué,
está
pero
bueno. Está bueno.
Easy, right?
La cuestión es adivinar.
adivinar,
Yes,
ajá.
exactly.
Chico, pues.
Exactly. Okay. Wake up, Rafa. I'm kidding. All right. Any question, class? No? So please, in the group, take turns, okay? Take turns in the group. Take turns, okay? Yeah?
Okay.
All right. If you want, make a screenshot to the possible sentences. Okay, make a screenshot to the possible sentences. You can say I never, I always, I sometimes. Okay, the idea is to use frequency adverbs. Okay, so make a screenshot and send it to WhatsApp, please.
I sent.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so small groups, let's go and practice. You have around 5 to 7 minutes for this activity. 5 to 7 minutes, okay? Let's go.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go. 5 to 7 minutes, okay? 5 to 7 minutes to practice.
Hi, teacher.
Classmates are in groups. So go to group number 2, okay?
Okay.
They will explain the activity to you. Okay,
Solo... Ahí está.
yeah, group number 2. Finish, Natalie?
No, teacher.
Oh my goodness, not enough time. I'm sorry. Finished mailing?
Finish, teacher.
Very good. That's excellent.
Sorry, teacher.
What happened? What happened? What happened, Rafa?
Salí decepcionado.
Why?
Que le expliquen ahí, a ver.
Sorry?
Que le expliquen ahí, a ver.
What happened? What
Nada,
happened, mailing? What happened to Rafa?
¿Qué hizo, Rafa?
Ay, me salí.
Natalie, Natalie lo hizo enojar.
Oh, really?
No, no, no.
Natalie,
A
what
joke.
happened? All right. Very good. Okay. Well, let's continue then. Okay. So I need some volunteers, okay, to say what you do in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, blah, blah, blah. And the rest, all the class will guess the activity, okay? I start. You listen, and guess my activity, okay? Okay, let's start. I never do this on Saturday. I never do this on Saturday.
You never teach English.
Oh my goodness, easy. Okay, yes, Renzo, I never teach. All right, so Renzo, you continue.
I never study. No, I never go to university.
I
at
never
Sunday.
do. I never
I
do
never do
this in the what?
this. Yes. I never do this.
Menos mal.
I
Ya
never
viste,
do this
Barreto.
at Sunday.
On Sunday. Okay, I never do this on Sunday. So class, what is the activity?
Enzo,
You-
you work in
never-
the Sunday?
You never, because
You
you said never.
work on
You
Sunday?
never work on Sunday.
I never work on Sunday.
Another activity you never do. You never go to church.
I never got to church.
All right. Yes, class. More activities he never does. Continue, class, continue. Renzo, you
You
never.
never played basketball.
Incorrect.
Ha.
I
You say, then if you say
Sometimes.
incorrect, yes.
Yes, sometimes I play basketball.
Very good. That's excellent. Thank you, Renzo. Rafa, now you continue.
I usually do this in the morning.
Okay, class.
What's easy? What's easy?
What is the activity, class? I always do this in the morning. Okay, class, what is the activity, class?
You always take a shower.
It's false.
False. Con razón me dijo, bro. De ahí mailing que.
No, pero ¿cuál fue la pregunta que me hiciste?
You always.
Es que aquí hay
Menos
No,
mal,
he
Rafael.
said you always take a shower.
Yes, I always. I don't listen.
All right, it's okay.
Here.
It's okay. Class, more activities, class. He said, I always do this in the morning. Yes,
Rafa,
class.
Rafa,
Yes.
you always go to school?
Yes. No. It's no. I my workplace, my work.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I always.
Okay,
Always.
then it's true. It's true. Okay, good.
It's true. I always go.
Okay.
And Sunday?
And Sunday, no. And Sunday,
Okay.
no.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Marta, you continue.
Okay. I sometimes do this at night.
Class, what is the activity? Class, what is the activity? She said, I sometimes do this at night. Oh, so what is the activity for Marta?
You sometimes read the Biblia, ¿cómo se dice en inglés,
The
teacher?
Bible.
Biblia.
Bible.
You sometimes read the Bible.
Yes.
You
Thank you, Fatima. Yes.
You sometimes do
Natal.
the study.
Okay, repeat Natalie and then Rafa. Repeat it, Natalie.
You sometimes do this in a study.
Study. You sometimes study.
Okay.
Yes. The Monday to Friday.
Okay. Rafa?
Okay.
Thank you, Natalie.
you sometimes drink a beer.
Yes.
Ah!
Friday. On Friday and Saturday.
It's Friday. It's the day after tomorrow.
The
Yes.
day after tomorrow.
Okay,
And Saturday.
very good. More activities for Marta class. You say you sometimes blah blah blah.
Marta, you sometimes listen to music?
No, I usually listen to music.
Okay, very good. That's excellent. Okay, thank you, Marta. Now, Jacqueline, one activity, please. I mean, say.
I never do this in the weekends.
Oh, I never do this on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
On the weekend.
Okay, class. Jacqueline, you never. Oh, okay, okay, Johnny. Okay, let's listen to the new song. The new song, right?
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Jacqueline, do you never practice sport in the weekend?
Sorry, no.
You never.
Do you never practice sport on the weekend?
Yes.
All right, very good. You get the Nilsson. Excellent. Okay, Rafa, now you can say it.
You never go to work? Go to work?
I go to work and the Monday on Sunday Friday.
Okay, so you never work on the weekend. Okay, very good. Veronica, you want to guess?
Para Jacqueline.
Yes.
Yes. You never do, no, you never exercise at weekend, on weekend.
Never.
All right, very good. Okay, thank you very much. Fatima, I sometimes, or I mean, something what? Fatima?
Para ella o para mí.
No, you say it and they guess.
I never do this in the night.
Okay, I never do this in the night or at night?
At night.
At night.
At
Okay,
night.
thank you. Okay, class. Fatima, you never. Sometimes, she said. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Fatima, you sometimes.
Fatima,
Manuel?
you sometimes watch TV?
No, never.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Fatima, you sometimes drink coffee?
No, always. Always.
Not sometimes, always. She always drinks coffee. It's mandatory. Okay, thank you. Sorry, Fatima.
No, todo el día quería decir.
Okay, all day. You can say all day. Good. Okay. Thank you, class. Thank you very much. Remember, the idea of this activity is to use frequency adverbs, okay? The idea of this activity is to use frequency adverbs, okay? So let's continue talking about frequency adverbs. Okay, now listen. Using, let me show you here. Okay, let me show you. Okay, just a moment. Let me show you the activity. I don't find it. Okay, here it is. Okay. Now, listen, class. Here, the idea in this moment is that you take a moment and think. Take a moment and think. What activities do you do on a regular week? On a regular week, okay? A regular week is like your routine, okay? Your normal routine, okay? So let me write the question. Okay, the question is, what activities do you do on a regular week? All right. What activities do you do on a regular week? So using always, often, sometimes, hardly ever, or never, give examples, okay? For example, Bernardo, what activities do you do on a regular week? I say, I always work in the afternoon, for example. I always work in the afternoon and at night, okay? I often prepare classes. Sometimes, I sometimes watch YouTube videos. Hardly ever. I hardly ever read books. Never. I never ride my bicycle, for example, okay? I never ride my bicycle, okay? So please take a moment and think. Something you always do on a regular week, you often or generally do on a regular week, something you sometimes do, something you hardly ever do, and something you never do. So take a moment and think. If you want, write the examples, okay? If possible, write the examples. Okay, the idea is to use one example using always, one example using often, one using sometimes, one using hardly ever, and one using never. 5 examples, okay? I always take a shower, for example, okay? I always take a shower. I always brush my teeth. I often have English classes, okay? I often have English classes. I sometimes practice English, okay? I sometimes practice English. I hardly ever do exercise. Are you ready? Yes, no, kind of, okay, good. So the question is, what activities do you do on a regular week? What activities do you do on a regular week? Okay, very good. Let's start. Let's begin. 2 examples and then you practice in small groups. Okay, 2 examples and after you practice in small groups. Good. Bea, listen carefully. Okay, what activities do you do on a regular week?
I go to the beach.
Okay, always, never, sometimes, or use frequency adverbs. I usually,
Sometimes go to the beach.
okay, continue.
Um, I usually go to the work.
One more
Um,
example.
And
You can say I never.
I never drink tea.
Okay, very good. Thank you. One more example. One more example. Manuel, what activities do you do on a regular week?
I always wake up early and I often drive my motorcycle and I sometimes drink a coffee and hardly ever do exercise. And I never go to the shore.
Okay, thank you. And that's excellent. Thank you, Manuel. Okay, so the question is, what activities do you do on a regular week? What activities do you do on a regular week? Okay, for this activity, you only have 3 minutes, okay? For this activity, you only have 3 minutes to practice. So please, everybody in the group needs to practice. The groups are small, okay? Let me recreate the groups and go. 3 minutes for this activity. Okay, let's go. What activities do you do on a regular week?
Teacher.
Hello, Maylin, what happened? Hello, Maylin. Accept.
Me sacó el Inter.
Oh my goodness. In this moment, your classmates are in groups. Hello. Group 2, Maylin.
Cortado.
Group number 2.
Al 4, ok.
2. Group number 2.
Apaga.
Do you
Dos, ok, ok.
Yes.
Ok, ahorita.
All right.
Ok.
Do you have the invitation? Enough time, Veronica? Did you finish?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, that's perfect. Fatima, you practice with Veronica? No?
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's perfect. And Johnny too. Johnny practice with you? No.
Se salió.
Teacher, a mí me metieron en como en 3 grupos porque estaba con Marta y de ahí me tiraron con Renzo y de ahí me sacó de un solo.
Yeah, I sent you with Renzo because Renzo, in Renzo's group, we had only 2 people and you were 4. Okay,
No, teacher.
that is the reason.
About what?
The reason is that in your group, you were 4.
Yes.
And in Renzo's group, only 2. So I needed Johnny to practice with Renzo and company, okay? That's the reason. Okay, good. Did Stephanie practice with you, Renzo?
No, teacher.
No, she didn't participate, right? Okay, very good. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. This time you are not sharing the activity, okay? This time the activity is only for you to practice, okay? Now, let's move to the next activity. And in the next activity, we have this. Let me show you. Okay, we have a little game. Okay, let me share some. So I need some volunteers. I need some volunteers to select one number. One volunteer to select one number, please.
I teacher.
Okay, Natalie, number?
And number 5.
Okay. Okay, Natalie. The idea is to answer using frequency adverbs, okay? For example, Natalie, how often do you eat vegetables? You can say, I always eat vegetables, teacher. I never eat vegetables, teacher, okay? Good. So, Natalie, how often do you eat vegetables?
I
sometimes eat vegetables.
eat vegetable.
All right. What vegetables do you eat, Natalie? Carrots. What vegetables do you eat? Carrots,
Yes.
tomatoes, or
Potatoes.
okay,
Potatoes.
potatoes.
Potatoes. Onions.
All right.
Yes. And chile verde, no sé cómo se dice.
All right, you can say, well, in general, you say chili pepper, like.
Chili pepper.
All right, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Or you can say chili, all right? But chili is a little spicy somehow. Okay, thank you, Natalie. All right,
Yes.
another volunteer?
Number 2.
Okay, Renzo, number 2 says. Okay, Renzo. Help your parents, help your mother and your father. Renzo, how often do you help your parents?
I always clean my house, teacher.
Okay, you say I always help my parents. Okay.
Okay. I always help my parents.
Okay, thank you, Renzo. What activities do you do in the house? You clean the house and
I clean my house and I pay the bills.
okay.
Some bills. I don't know.
Only that.
Only that.
All right, very good. Okay, thank you, Renzo. Another volunteer, select a number.
Me, teacher. Me,
Who?
teacher.
Okay, Denilson, select a number, please.
7.
7.
Yes.
Play board games. What is board games? Any idea? Board games.
Juegos de mesa.
Juegos de
Juegos de
mesa,
mesa.
right? Like chess, Okay, checkers. Good. So, Denilson, how often do you play board games?
I never play war game play.
Board
Game,
games. Board games.
board game.
Okay, very good. Thank
Yeah.
you, Renza. Another volunteer?
One.
Okay, who said number one?
Yes.
Who?
Nubia.
Name? Nubia. Okay, Nubia. Number one for
Nubia.
Nubia. Nubia, oh my goodness. How often do you listen to music?
I always listen to music, teacher,
Okay,
in the work.
nice. What music do you listen? What kind of music? Rap, hip hop,
I listen pop music, reggaeton,
and reggaeton music. Okay. And what is your favorite music?
and sometimes,
Okay.
yes, music favorite.
Yeah, your favorite music?
The music electronic.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Nubia.
You're welcome.
All right. Another volunteer?
Teacher.
Me, coach.
Okay, Manuel. Number?
8.
Number 8. Okay, watch TV. An old TV, right? It's not a plasma, not a flat screen TV. Okay, Manuel, how often do you watch TV?
I sometimes watch TV.
All right. What programs do you watch or movies?
The new
The news. The news.
The news, yeah.
The news. Tele 2, Canal 12 or...
Sick and YouTube.
Okay, very good. Channel 2. All right. Tele 2, right? All right. Thank you, Manuel. And what movies do you watch? Or you don't watch movies? Action.
What do you say? The terror?
Horror movies.
Horror movies.
All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you, Manuel. All right, another volunteer?
Number
Yes.
10.
Number 10 says Rafa, right?
Yes.
Okay, Rafa, number 10 for you. How often, oh my goodness, children, missing two, Rafa. Okay, only two more. I know you have 4. Okay, Rafa, how often do you play with your children in the park?
Let me see. Let me remember.
Sometimes, always.
Sometimes I sometimes
Play
play with my children in the park.
in the park. Okay, that's excellent. What park do you go to?
The park. ¿Cómo se decía cancha? De básquetbol.
Soccer field. To the soccer field.
The soccer field. I play with my children all weekend, especially Sunday in the ¿cuál era? La cancha de básquet.
Soccer field. At the soccer field. At the soccer field. Okay. Thank you, Rafa. Okay, yes, it's soccer field. Okay. Good. Another volunteer?
Me, teacher, number 6.
Okay, Veronica, number 6. Okay, Veronica. Go swimming. Can you swim? First question, can you swim?
No, teacher.
Oh my goodness. How often do you go swimming?
Never. Never swimming.
You say I never go swimming.
I never swimming. I never go swimming.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Who goes swimming in the class? Who goes swimming in the class? Nobody?
Nobody.
Nobody goes swimming.
Nobody.
Yes, the Nielsen, Johnny, they go
For
swimming.
this moment.
Not for the moment. Okay, thank you, the Nielsen and Johnny. Another volunteer?
Me, teacher, 9.
Bea, right?
Yes.
Okay, Bea. Number 9. Play football or soccer. Let me guess. No, no, I'm not guessing. Bea, how often do you play football?
I never play football.
You never play football. So what sport do you play? Or you don't play sports?
Sometimes softball.
You play softball sometimes. Good. Where? Where do you play softball? At the sports center. Sports center is like polideportivo, right? Okay, sports center.
Es que aquí no hay.
Oh, no, sports center. At the park.
In the park.
Okay, good. Thank you. Do you play with your friends or with your family?
Usually my family and friends.
Okay, thank you, Bella. Another volunteer, I am missing 3, 4, 11, 12, 13, and 14.
11.
Okay, Rafa, number 11. Healthy eating.
Yeah.
How often do you eat fruit?
I always eat fruit.
What fruits do you eat?
The banana,
All
the
right.
apple, the pineapple.
Okay. Pineapples and do you eat grapes?
Grapes. Esa
Yes.
palabra. Grapes.
All right.
I eat grapes.
Oranges?
I eat orange and I eat
Strawberries?
strawberry. Too.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All the fruit.
Yes, I love fruit too. Okay, thank you. All right. In the class, who doesn't eat fruit? Who doesn't eat fruit in the class? Oh, everybody eats fruit. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's continue. Another volunteer, we have 5 numbers. We have, all right, no, name? 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 Fatima. Okay, Fatima. Number?
14.
Number 13. This one?
No, 14.
14. I'm sorry. Okay, 14, Fatima. Okay, read books. Okay, Fatima. How often do you read books?
I sometimes read books.
Okay, what books do you like?
Of math.
Math books. You say math books.
Only.
All right, only that. Okay, thank you, Fatima. Let's see. We have 4 numbers, class. Volunteers?
Hi, teacher.
All right, Marcos. Number?
4.
4. Okay, Marcos. Ride a bike, ride a bicycle, ride a bicycle, ride a bicycle, right? So Marcos, how often do you ride a bike? Never. Marcos, hello?
Never, teacher.
Never. You say, I never ride a bike.
I never
ride a bike.
ride a bike.
Okay, thank you. Who rides a bike in the class? Who rides a bike in the class?
Me.
Oh,
I ride
Rafa, right? Remember,
all
you
the
go to work.
morning, all the days, another hour.
Yes, I remember you
All the
always
time,
ride
all
a
the time.
bicycle. You always ride a bicycle.
Yes.
Okay, another question. Who sometimes ride a bicycle in the class? Who sometimes ride a bicycle? Renzo? Only Renzo? Sometimes. Only Renzo. Okay, thank you, Renzo. Okay, we have 3 more questions. We have 3 more questions.
Me, teacher.
Who?
Me.
3.
Okay,
Number 3.
Veronica, number 3. Okay, play tennis. How
Ah,
often? Okay, I
I
will give you
never play tennis.
I will give you another option. Okay, let's give this to Renzo. Okay, Renzo, how often do you play tennis?
I never played tennis.
All right, who plays tennis in the class? Who plays tennis in the class?
how do you say tenis de mesa?
Oh, you say table tennis.
Mm, table tennis sometimes.
Oh,
I
okay, very
play
good.
I say
Ice.
ping pong.
ping
Ah,
pong.
ping pong. No, in English it's table tennis. All right. You then Renzo, then the complete sentence is I sometimes play table tennis.
I sometimes play table tennis.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Veronica, 12 or 13?
12.
12. I hope it's not about sports. Video games?
I know, teacher.
My goodness.
Never.
13. Go yes, right. Go shopping.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Veronica. How often do you go shopping?
I usually go shopping.
All right. What supermarket do you prefer? Super Selectos, La Despensa Familiar, I don't know. Walmart. Okay, very good. All right. Let me see here. Let me see another volunteer here. Well, not a volunteer, but Jacqueline, what supermarket do you prefer? Walmart, Super Selectos, Maxi Despensa,
No.
or you don't go shopping?
I I prefer Dollar City.
Dollar City, but to go shopping for the
I
food.
usually
Okay,
go
you
to
prefer
shopping.
Dollar City. Okay, good. Now, okay, let me stop sharing now here. Now, I ask. Okay, listen. In the questions, we had how often do you, right? How often do you? And we answer, how do you answer? How do you answer the question?
I often.
I often, I always,
Never.
I
Never.
never, I
Sometimes.
sometimes,
Hardly
I
ever.
hardly ever.
Usually.
Usually, I usually, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Using frequency adverbs, okay? The question, how often do you answer using frequency adverbs? Okay, that's important. Okay, very good. Now, let's do a vocabulary activity before the grammar. Okay, because we need vocabulary. Okay, good. Help me match the phrases with the pictures, okay? So what is number one?
Get up
Conference.
at 5 a.m.
Okay, number one is, oh, sorry,
Get
this
up.
photo is?
Get up at 5 a.m.
Get up at 5 a.m. Agree, class, or disagree?
Is agree.
Agree? Agree?
Yeah.
Is agree.
Yes. So number one is get up at 5 a.m. Let me get the. Okay. Okay, so get up at 5 a.m. This one, right? Very good. Picture number two.
Drive to work.
Drive to work.
Drive to work. Drive to work. Very good.
So
Okay, drive to work. Very good. Drive to work. Number three.
Check
Check
email.
email.
Sorry.
Check email.
Check email. I will go through here. Okay, check email. Very good. Check email. So number three is check email. Number four.
Have breakfast.
Have breakfast. Very good. So I will go this way. Have breakfast. I will go this way. Hope you don't get confused. All right. Okay. Have breakfast. Have breakfast. Very good. Have breakfast. No, I better go to from another side. Okay. Let me see. No, I will go here. Okay. It's better, I think. I don't want to confuse you, okay? Have breakfast. I mean, it's not have conferences, right? It's have breakfast. Oh my goodness, I'm confused now. All right, I will go here. Okay, have breakfast. Very good. So let's continue. What is number 5?
Use
You
the
use the
microwave.
microwave.
Sorry?
Use the microwave.
The microwave.
Okay, use the microwave. Very good. What is number 6?
Work overtime.
Work overtime.
Overtime.
Okay, what is work overtime in Spanish?
Overtime.
Trabajar hasta tarde.
Trabajar hasta tarde. Trabajar tiempo extra, okay?
Fuera del
Work
tiempo.
overtime. Work overtime. Trabajar tiempo extra.
Fuera
Very
del
good.
tiempo.
Mhm. Yeah, overtime is paid normally, okay? Good. Number 7?
Take calls at
Take
work.
calls at
Take
work.
calls at work.
Take calls at work. Very good. Take calls at work. Okay, that's excellent. Take calls at work. What is the next?
Yes. Have
Have
conference.
conference.
Have conference.
Have a
Have
conference. I will go like this. Okay, have conferences. Okay, that's pretty good. Have conferences. Have conferences. Next.
Get late to work.
Get a late to work.
Oh, get late to
Work.
work. Okay, get late to work. No les digo que hagan un screenshot porque me quedó un solo desorden aquí. Okay, I have a mess here. I'm sorry. Okay, but the vocabulary is not very difficult. Okay, the vocabulary is not very difficult. Okay, now I will clear the lines and let's check the pronunciation. Okay, let's check the pronunciation of this vocabulary. Okay, this one. Number 1 is the pronunciation. Have conferences. Okay, have conferences. Conferences. Have breakfast. Have breakfast. Drive to work. Drive to work. Get up at 5 a.m. Get up at 5 a.m. Take calls at work. Take calls at work. Check email. Check email. Get late to work. What is get late to work?
Ir tarde.
Ir tarde.
Ir tarde al trabajo. Get late to work. O llegar tarde al trabajo. Get late to work. Use the microwave. Microwave, okay. Use the microwave.
Onda.
Microwave. And work overtime. Work overtime. Yes. Okay, let's see. Veronica, pronounce number 1, please.
Have conferences.
Very good. Have conferences. Manuel, pronounce number 2.
Breakfast.
Have breakfast. Very good. Mailing number 3.
Drive to work.
That's excellent. Bea, number 4.
Get up at 5 a.m.
Very good. Jacqueline, number 5. Okay.
Take calls at work.
Very good. Marcos, number 6.
Check.
Check email. Very good. Let's see here. Denilson, number 7.
Number 7. Get late to work.
That's excellent. Nubia, number 8.
Use the microwave.
Very good. Natalie, next.
Work overtime.
Work over time. Okay, very good. That's excellent. Thank you for your help. Listen. Yes.
I have a problem with Zoom.
What seems to be the problem, Rafa? I think he got disconnected, right? Yes, he got disconnected. Okay, good. Maybe he will text in a moment. All right, let's continue. So listen, we will use this vocabulary in a moment. We will use this vocabulary in a moment, okay? So let's continue with the next part. In the next part, we have the how often structure, okay? Questions with how often, okay? Good. Let's see, Renzo. Can you read example number 1, please?
How often do you have conference?
Repeat the example.
How often do you have conference?
Conference or conferences?
Conferences.
Good. What is part 1 in the question?
How often is how often?
All
Do
right.
is auxiliary verb. You is a subject. Have it's a verb. And conferences It's a complement.
Good. So we have 5 parts. How often? The auxiliary verb, do or does, right? Do or does. The subject, the verb, and the complement, if necessary. Okay, thank you, Renzo. Now let's listen to Marta. Number 2, how often?
How often does he have breakfast?
Very good. What is part 1, Marta?
How often?
Continue.
Part 2, auxiliary verb. Part 3, subject. Part 4, verb. Part 5, complement.
All right, again. So the difference is the auxiliary verb, do and does. Remember, does he, does she, does it, right? Does. Okay, thank you, Marta. Let's continue. We have another example here. Natalie, can you read it? How often do
they drive to work? How often do auxiliary verb they subject driver to work complement?
Okay, or infinitive verb. Thank you, Natalie. Johnny, can you read the next example, please?
How often does she work overtime?
Okay.
How often and how often does an auxiliary verb she subject verb verb overtime complement?
Okay, thank you, Johnny. Thank you very much. Okay, in conclusion, so in these questions we have how many parts? How many parts? How many parts?
5
parts.
parts.
We have 5 parts. Very good. Manuel, what is part number 1 in these questions? Part
How
1,
often?
how often? Very good. Part number 2, Marcos? How often is part 1? Part number 2? Marcos?
How often?
How often is part 1? And part 2?
Does
Does or do, right?
have
Does or do.
okay.
Auxiliary verb, okay? Auxiliary verb is part number 2, okay? Auxiliary
Okay.
verb. So what is part number 2, Renzo?
How often?
No, part number 2.
Auxiliary verb.
Auxiliary verb. Do or does, right? Do or does.
Does.
Thank you. Okay, Veronica, what is part 3?
Subject.
The subject. Very good. What is part 4, Bea?
The verb.
The verb. Excellent. And what is part 5, Nubia?
It's not necessary. Complement.
The complement. The complement.
The
If
complement.
necessary. If necessary. Si es necesario. If
necessary.
necessary. Okay. Thank you very much. So recapping. Part 1, how often? Part 2, auxiliary. Do or does. Part 3, subject. Part 4, verb. Part 5, complement if necessary. If necessary. Okay. If necessary. Any question?
No question.
No questions. Remember, in the answer you say, or you use frequency adverbs, okay? Hey, Bernardo, how often do you work overtime? I never work overtime, never. I sometimes work overtime, sometimes. So in the answer, use frequency adverbs, okay? Any question? Any question?
No, teacher.
No,
No questions?
no.
No? Okay, very good. If you have no questions, let's go to work on some exercises. Good. Okay, okay, give me a minute. Okay, let's work this exercise together. Okay, so check the bar, and let's answer the question, how often? How often, okay? So, number 1, what is
I can
correct?
see.
Can you see the rest? Can you see?
I don't
No.
see.
No.
No,
No, teacher.
no, teacher.
No,
Teacher.
okay. Okay, let me share again. Oh, I'm sorry. It's this one, sorry. Now can you see?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
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 All right.
Yes,
So
yes.
the idea is
Can
to
see.
answer the question, right? The idea is to answer the question. So look at the bicycle and look at the bar. So how often do you ride your bicycle? This is the frequency. This is the frequency.
I sometimes ride my bike.
Sometimes. Last, do you agree? Sometimes?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, very good. It's excellent. Next. How often do you use the computer? Check
He
the
always
frequency.
use the computer.
Sorry?
He always use the computer.
He always uses the computer. Okay. Next. How often does your sister walk the dog? Check
Letter
the
C.
frequency.
Letter D.
Letter
Letter.
C.
My sister often walks
The
the
dog.
dog.
So letter D?
Yes.
Yes,
Often
everybody?
walks.
Yes.
Yes,
Often
right,
walks.
yes. Okay, often. Often walks the dog. Very good. Let's continue. Number 4.
I never plays the
He
guitar.
never plays the
Tom,
guitar.
never.
Never.
Tom, right? Tom never plays
Some never
the
play.
guitar.
Letter A.
Letter A. Very good. Thank you. Number 5.
I understand.
How often do they drink orange juice?
They sometimes
They
sometimes drink orange
Drink
juice.
orange juice.
Sometimes. Look at the frequency here. So let me show you. Remember, this is the frequency, okay? This is the
Okay.
frequency. Yeah? So look,
Yeah.
look at the frequency. It's sometimes, right? So you say they sometimes
25%.
drink coffee. I mean, drink orange juice, sorry. Okay, number 6. How often do I eat bananas?
You often eat
You
banana.
often
Eat bananas.
You often eat bananas.
You often eat bananas? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, that's very good. Thank you. Number 7. How often does she play basketball?
He never
Never
plays
play
basketball.
Never play basketball.
Excellent. That's very good. She never plays basketball. Very good. You got it. All right, let's continue. So how often does Sally listen to music?
Sometimes.
Sally
Sally
often
sometimes
listen to music.
Sometimes.
Sometimes or often.
Often.
Often, right? It's more frequent. Often. Very good.
Often.
Sally often listens to music. Very good. How often do you make your bed?
I always make
I always make my bed.
What is, look at this. This is very interesting. Make the bed. What is make the bed in Spanish?
hacer la cama, ordenar la cama.
Ordenar la cama. You say make the bed, right? Make the bed. All right. Very good. So you say I often, right? Oh, always, sorry.
I always.
I always make my bed. Very
Always
good.
make my bed.
Okay. Last one, number 10. How often do you go to the beach?
We
We sometimes go
We
to the
sometimes.
beach.
I go to
That's excellent. We sometimes go to the beach. So the question is using how often, remember, okay? Very good. All right, that's it, right? No score. Okay, good. Questions? Questions?
No, teacher.
No
teacher.
questions. No questions. No? Okay, so if you have no questions, let's go and practice one exercise. Okay, listen. Okay. Listen carefully. In groups, practice using how often do you, using this vocabulary and questions with how often do you. For example, imagine I practice with Marta and Rafa. I ask Marta 3 questions, okay? Marta, how often do you have conferences?
Sometime frequencies in my office.
I sometimes have conferences. Repeat it, please. I
Sometimes
have
have
conference.
conference in my office.
Okay, very good. Marta, how often do you drive to work?
Sometimes drive to work.
I
sometimes drive to work.
Okay, last question. How often do you use the microwave?
Sometimes. I sometimes use the microwave.
Excellent. Now you ask Rafa 3 questions and then Rafa asks me 3 questions, okay? So take turns to ask questions, please. Okay?
Okay.
Make a screenshot and send it to WhatsApp, please. Make a screenshot and send it to WhatsApp.
I send it.
Ready?
Sí.
You send the screenshot to WhatsApp?
Yes, I send it.
Okay, thank you very much. How often do you check email? How often do you use the microwave? How often do you have conferences? Okay. One suggestion. Correct each other. Corríjanse si alguien se equivoca. Correct each other. Okay. Yeah. Any question?
Yeah. No.
So take turns to practice. Take turns. Okay. So you have 5 minutes to practice. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay. I hope everybody finished. So let's see. Rafa. Ask, let me see. Ask the Nilsson 2 questions.
Okay, let me. Danielson, how often do you check email?
Microphone, the Nilsson.
How often do you check email?
I always check email in my work.
Okay,
Another question.
another question. How often do you use the microwave?
I never
I never.
use the microwave.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Rafa. The Nilsson, select someone and ask 2 questions.
Jacqueline, Karin.
Okay. Ask Jacqueline 2 questions.
Jacqueline,
Tell me.
how often do you have conference?
I never have conferences.
How often do you drive to work?
I never like to work.
Okay,
I go to work in the bus.
on the bus.
Thank you very much. Okay, Jacqueline, select someone. Thank you, Denison. Select someone to ask the questions, please.
Fatima.
Okay. Oh, I think Fatima, are you available, Fatima? She texted me that she has an issue. Okay, select another person, please.
Fatima.
No, not Fatima, another person.
Okay. Bella.
Okay, ask Bella.
Bella, how often do you get up at 5 a.m.?
I always get up 5 a.m.
Bella, how often do you take a course at work?
I sometimes drive a car to the work.
Drive a car or take calls?
Take yo no le entendí, perdón.
Yeah, she said take calls.
Okay. I always take all of the work.
Okay, thank you. Bella, can you ask mailing, please?
Okay. Mailing, how often do you do eat breakfast?
Repeat.
How often do you eat breakfast?
Always. Hey, breakfast.
Another question?
Okay. How often do you use the microwave?
Sometimes use the microwave.
All right, thank you. Listen to the question. How often do you use the microwave? What do you think about the question, class?
Incorrect.
Okay, so what is correct? Let's help Bella, please.
How often do you use? No, do use.
Do you use it?
Do you use?
Yes, it's
Do
correct.
you
Okay.
use the
Use do.
microwave?
Okay, thank you, Renzo, and thank you, class. Remember, Bella, use do only as an auxiliary. How often do you? Okay, how often do you check email? How often do you use the microwave? Okay. Repeat the question, please.
How often do you use microwave?
Okay, that's excellent. Okay, thank you very much, Bella. Okay, mailing. Select someone to ask a question, please.
Okay. Natalie,
Okay, ask Natalie.
how often do you get up at 5 a.m.?
Get up 5 a.m. No. I get up 4 a.m.
Natalie, use frequency adverbs.
Yes.
Okay. I sometimes for
Get up.
get up 4 a.m.
4 or 5, you said, Mailing.
4.
5.
5. At 5.
5.
5 a.m. All right. Another question, Mailing, for Natalie.
Okay. How often do you drive to work?
Never. I bus to work.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I never drive to work. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Final activity for today. Final activity for today. Okay. Easy. Okay. Easy. Listen. For the final activity, in pairs, you will make a conversation using how often and frequency adverbs. In this time, no questions, no sentences, no, a conversation. Okay, a conversation using frequency adverbs. And the question, how often, okay? Let me show you one example. Example conversation. One example conversation. Okay, here's one example. Look at the example. All right. How often do you check your email? Every 2 hours. And you? Well, I try to check it as often as I can. And then we continue. And how often do you call your clients? I often call them once a week on Monday, but I usually call them on Friday to check their order. Do you call clients? Yes, I always call them first thing in the morning, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the idea is to use how often in the question and in the answers, frequency adverbs. Okay, this conversation is a little complicated, but the idea is to make it simple. Okay, make it simple. Yep. For example, hey, good morning, or I don't know, or good afternoon or good night, I don't know, okay? Hey, good morning, Bea. How are you doing? Hey, good morning, Bernardo. I'm okay. And you? Well, I'm very well. Thank you very much. Hey, Bea, how often do you visit your mother? Okay, do it about your family, maybe, okay? I mean, how often do you visit relatives in general, okay? How often do you visit relatives? And Bea says, Bernardo, I hardly ever visit relatives. And what about you, Bernardo? How often do you visit relatives? I never visit relatives. Okay, thank you very much. But Bea, but do you usually, listen, I changed my question. Bea, do you usually help your family with the housework? For example, do you usually help your family with the housework? Oh, yes, I do. I always clean my room. Okay, for example, okay. And you, Bernardo, do you sometimes, for example, do you sometimes play soccer on weekends? Oh, yes, my favorite sport. I always play soccer on weekends, okay? And you continue. How often and frequency adverbs. Okay, any question? See,
Any
teacher.
question?
Somebody says, see, teacher. No, or no questions?
What time?
No questions?
No.
No?
No.
Bernardo, una conversación del trabajo. No, okay, no problem. Do it about your favorite activities, okay? No problem. It's okay. The most important is to use how often and frequency adverbs. Okay. Hey, how often do you play soccer? Ah, play soccer. I feel good when I play soccer. Okay. Or, hey, how often do you go to the beach? Or how often do you play your favorite sport? Okay. So make it interesting. Make it interesting for you. Okay. Questions? No?
No.
We have 10 minutes. Do your best, okay? Do your best. We have 10 minutes. Prepare and practice, okay? Let's go. In pairs, right? In pairs. Listen, just one suggestion. Si no hay nadie con ustedes, no se salgan. Voy a enviar a alguien, okay? Stay there, please. Stay there, okay? Let's go. We have 10 minutes for this. Well, like 9 minutes now. Hi, Denilson.
Me sacó la
Okay.
aplicación.
Go to group 4, no problem.
Okay.
With Natalie.
No me da la opción de.
Okay, let me send you again. Now?
Ahora sí. Gracias.
Okay, no problem.
De volado bien bayunco, yo hablando y me cortan la...
Don't worry, it's okay. You
Escuchar lo que
did
dijo.
you didn't
Sí,
finish, right?
ya tenía bien dormida allá que diciéndole el botón de hablar.
Okay, did you finish? No?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we finished.
Okay, on Monday, remember, tomorrow and Friday, no class. Tomorrow and Friday, no class, right? Tomorrow and Friday, no class. Mañana y el jueves hay asueto, así que no habrá clases hasta el lunes. Until Monday, we have classes, so you have vacation. Okay?
Teacher,
¿Sí?
usted dijo que cada semana hay tareas, entonces no sé si
Ya me perdí ahorita con este desfase que ha habido. Creo que la siguiente, sí, la siguiente tarea, la tarea de la semana 2 sería para el miércoles de la siguiente semana, porque vamos a perder 3 días de esta semana, ¿ok? Sería para
Excelente.
miércoles de la
Debería
otra
estar
semana.
habilitada.
Pero la
Sí,
podemos hacer en estos días y entregarla.
por supuesto, no hay ningún
para
problema.
aprovechar que vamos a descansar,
Sí.
porque después cuesta.
Vaya, sí, el video ahorita no se los he subido, pero voy a subirlo. Yo les mando una captura ahí al grupo de WhatsApp cuando ya esté habilitadas las instrucciones, cuando ya estén habilitadas las instrucciones para que lo hagan, ¿ok? Y el video siempre se manda a WhatsApp. Igual, ahí les voy a... El examen también está habilitado. Ujú.
Pero, y límite sería hasta el miércoles.
Hasta el
O
miércoles.
ese siempre se mantiene esta semana.
No, sería el miércoles porque hemos perdido 3 días. Ujú. Miércoles de la
Pero
otra
la va a
semana.
dejar, pero la va a dejar en esta semana para que tengamos tiempo de hacerla, ¿verdad?
Sí, por supuesto. No, de hecho, el examen y la tarea ya está habilitada. El examen y la tarea de la semana están habilitadas. ¿Ya? Lo que no está, lo que no
Ok.
de lo que no les he mandado las instrucciones es del video nada más. ¿Alguien dijo teacher? Somebody said teacher.
Marta,
Adelante, Marta.
una consulta con la tarea justo de la semana 2, yo ya la descargué, pero tengo una consulta.
A ver.
Como es un diálogo de la rutina de una niña que luego
Ujú.
nosotros tenemos que contestar. En
Vaya,
la parte 2, donde habla de tiempos, mi pregunta es, ahí dice que qué es lo que sucede en ciertos momentos y están las horas fijas.
Ujú.
En esas horas hay que describir toda la rutina o solamente la acción específica.
Déjeme ver, ahorita estoy viéndola. Para entender mejor lo que me está preguntando. Vaya, estoy viendo si la visualizo ahorita. Vaya, voy a descargar porque aquí no me aparece bien desconfigurado. Sí, solo para explicarle mejor ya con la imagen.
Correcto.
Ajá. Vaya, ahorita está cargando. Ya vamos a revisar.
Pero igual, teacher, yo le escribí
De
ahora
la pregunta que... Ajá.
Ajá, y no aparece, no sé por qué, como que se aparece cortado. Y realmente quise
Vaya.
hacerla en Word y no pude.
Vaya, ahorita voy. Vaya. Vamos a ver, les voy a compartir pantalla acá para que veamos eso. Vaya, por aquí está la actividad. Vaya, muy bien, vaya. ¿De qué parte me está hablando específicamente?
Parte 2,
Ajá.
parte 1 es la historia, parte 2 empezamos a llenar. Entonces, ahí me está preguntando qué hace en los momentos exactos y están los relojes marcando las horas específicas. No, ¿dónde están los relojes? Correcto.
Ajá, arriba, ajá.
Entonces, en eso, ¿hay que describir lo que sucede o simplemente colocar qué pasó?
No, lo que sucede en esas horas que está ahí dentro de la
Entonces,
lectura.
es descripción, ¿verdad?
Correctamente. Ajá,
Ok,
las cosas que pasan en esos tiempos que están ahí. Por ejemplo, vaya, voy a hacerlo un poquito más grande.
Ok,
Vaya.
sí.
Vaya,
8:30.
ajá, exactly. So, en number 1, lo que sucede a las 8:30, luego a las 9 dentro de la lectura. Ujú.
Correcto. Entonces, ok, perfecto.
Ya, ok, perfecto. Natalie me decía que no le aparecía una pregunta, ¿verdad? ¿Cuál pregunta era, Natalie?
No aparecía las 5 ni la 10, pero ahorita ya le tomé captura, teacher.
Sí, porque vaya, lo que tiene que hacer es descargarlo, Natalie, porque yo
Hay
lo
que
descargué
descargarlo de
ahorita.
Word. Sí, hay que
Descárguelo.
descargarlo de Word, si no, no permite.
Ajá, por eso yo lo
si
descargué
no,
ahorita,
Word
porque si no, no se visualiza. Hay que
Sí,
descargarlo.
Y en la 4 dice match the underline word to the symbol.
Ujú.
acá, no lo he traducido realmente. ¿Qué está preguntando?
Va, dice que tiene que subrayar las palabras, perdón, tiene que emparejar las palabras subrayadas con el símbolo. Y ahí dentro de la lectura están ya las palabritas subrayadas. Never, always, usually.
Ah, ok.
Y va a poner la palabrita ahí a la par, la subrayada, donde corresponde. Ahí obviamente si la barrita está llena, ya saben ustedes la frecuencia, ¿verdad? Es
Ok.
más
Sí,
frecuencia.
sí, lo que vimos hoy.
Lo
Correcto.
que vimos hoy correctamente. La barrita está llena, es always, sí, ahí van. ¿Ok? ¿De acuerdo?
Sí.
¿Estamos?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Ok. Lo siento porque les quité un poquito más de tiempo, pero necesito pasar asistencia. Ok. I'm sorry. Muy bien. Let's start. Empecemos. 14, 14th. Good. Rafael,
Present.
Manuel.
Here I am.
All right. Naomi not getting connected. Marta,
Present.
Verónica,
Present.
Alison,
Present, teacher.
Mailing,
Present.
Renzo,
Present.
Natalie.
Present.
Omar was connected, but he was not listening to the class. Okay. Fatima.
Present.
All right. Denison.
Present teacher.
All right. Bella,
Present.
Jacqueline,
Present.
Stephanie was connected to Johnny. He was connected to Jancy. Berenice. She was not connected, right? I did. Oh, she was. Okay. Saul. I didn't see Saul today. Marcus
Present.
and Nubia.
Present.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, let me save changes and that's it. Okay, any question before we go? No? Okay, remember,
No.
tomorrow and Friday no class. On Monday, I'll see you, all right? Aprovechen ese tiempo para avanzar con las tareas, ¿de acuerdo? All right?
All
Okay.
right.
Okay, thank you everybody and happy independence for tomorrow. Take care and see you on
Thank
Monday.
See
Okay,
you
goodbye.
Monday.
Okay,
Yes.
bye-bye,
Bye,
good
teacher.
night.
you
See you
Monday.
Monday. See you
Good
Monday,
night.
good night.
Bye.
Goodbye and good
Night, teacher.
night. Night.
Teacher.
Yes,
Teacher.
yes.
Solo tengo una duda. De
A
la
ver,
tarea de
Denise.
semana 1, semana 2, perdón, de la semana 2, la tarea de PDF y la otra tarea, ¿cuál es?
De la semana 2 es en Word, no es en PDF.
Ajá, en cuadro,
De la
perdón.
semana 1
Y
no
la
es en
otra,
PDF.
la otra tarea, ¿cuál es, teacher?
¿Cuál? ¿La de semana 2?
Sí, la semana 2.
Es la que aparece exactamente ahí donde les estaba mostrando ahorita, Denison. Es la que les estaba
Ajá,
enseñando
esa es.
ahorita, la de la lectura. Que
Ajá,
aparece
esa sí,
aquí,
esa sí, pero hay otra.
la de la
Porque
semana
usted
1.
no, es que usted dijo que habían 3 para esta semana, que eran 3 actividades.
Ajá.
Una
Sí,
semana
es
y
el
el video.
video y el examen. Del
El
video no les he
examen
mandado.
es.
El examen, vaya, el examen
El
aparece por
examen
acá,
se me había
mire.
olvidado.
Sí, por acá ya le indico. Aquí, en esa parte donde dice Level 2, Level B2 Exam R, aquí aparece. Hace clic ahí en esa carpeta verde y aquí aparece. Es este que dice aquí el medio. Mid-Level Test
Ok,
Module 2, unidad 1 y 2.
ok, eso
Ahí
sí se me había
aparece.
olvidado el examen, teacher.
¿Listo?
Pero gracias.
Sí, del video yo les
Gracias.
mando las indicaciones luego. Ok.
Ok. Buenas noches,
Ok.
teacher.
Ok, good night.
Buenas noches,
Bye bye,
gracias.
Marcus.
Good
Ok,
night.
no
Bye, bye.
problem. Bye bye.